Hello student, myself Digan Sakhiwala. I am your science sir. Today we will continue chapter number 3, atoms and molecules. Dear student, we learn about the Dalton atomic theory. Okay, we learn about how we get the molecular formula by the valency. Okay, so valency play major role whenever we want to write any molecules. We learn about the polyatomic ions like BO4 3 minus, phosphate, carbonate, CO3 2 minus. Okay, sulfate SO4 2 minus, sulfite, that is SO3 2 minus, sulfide, that is S2 minus. Okay, so many polyatomic ions are there, as well as negative ions are there. Okay, monoatomic negative like sulfide and all. So they are called the anion. Same way we will learn cation also, like ammonium NH4 1 plus ion. Okay, Ca2 plus, calcium ion. Okay, sodium Na plus ion. Today we are going to learn about the molecular mass and mole concept. Okay, so whenever we are going to buy anything, then it has some unit. Like whenever we are going to buy the banana, at that time it come in the dozen means 12 unit. Okay, so at that time we will not use the unit like we want the banana in kg or some other unit. We use particular unit, that is called dozen. Same way, whenever we are going to buy milk or any liquid item, then we measure that thing in the liter. Okay, like we want 2 liter of milk, or we want the 500 ml of milk, like that. Same way, in any chemical reaction, whenever we want to describe the amount of reactants and product, at that time we use special unit, that is called mole. Okay, and its value is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. It was given by the scientist Avogadro. So whenever in any chemical reactions are there, in that reactants are there, quantity of reactants are represented by the moles. We will not use the word that in particular reaction this much amount of or this much liter of acid react with the somewhat amount of the base react, and it get the 200 gram of acid or base is obtained. We will not use this type of quantity. We will use simple word mole. So one by one we will start. Chapter number 3, atoms and molecular mass and mole concept. The molecular mass of a substance is the sum of the atomic mass of all the atoms in the molecule of the substance. So dear student, we learn about the atomic mass. Atomic mass, in that we measure the number of proton plus number of neutron, that is called the atomic mass. We will not measure the weight of electron, because weight of the electron is negligible. We can take the simple example when we weight ourselves, when we are measuring the weight of our body, at that time we consider the weight of the hair is negligible. Same way the weight of electron is negligible. So atomic mass, in that we consider the number of proton plus number of neutron. Dear student, we also learn about the atomic number of proton or number of electron is called the atomic number. Okay, so there is a relationship between the molecular mass, atomic mass and the mole. So any molecules are there. We know that molecule means what? The substance which is made up of 2 or more kind of atom or element, that is called the molecule. First example we can take that H2O. Second example we can take NaCl, water, sodium chloride, common salt, that is the example. It is therefore the relative mass of the molecule expressed in the atomic mass unit. So it is also represented by the unit U. Somewhere we can also use the word gram per mole. Okay, so whenever we want to measure the molecular mass, at that time we should know what is the atomic weight of particular atom present in the molecule. Okay, we will take one example, then you understand. Example, molecular mass of H2O. In that, how to write the molecular mass of H2O and how to find how many atoms of hydrogen are there? 2 hydrogen, plus how many atoms of oxygen are there? 1 oxygen. Now in exam these values are given. Hydrogen is 1 unit. Okay, oxygen is 16 unit. So we add 2 plus 16, that is 18 unit. Instead of 18 unit, you can also write gram per mole. So this is what here we get molecular mass or molecular weight. Physics, in that mass and weight are different. Okay, but in the chemistry we consider the mass and weight is almost same. Okay, or instead of 18 you can also write the gram per mole. Same way, molecular mass of HNO3, when we have to find out, then how many atom of hydrogen is present? 1. So 1 hydrogen. How many atoms of nitrogen is present? 1. And how many atoms of oxygen is present? Then that is 3. So 3 oxygen. Okay, now in exam these values are given, like hydrogen is 1 unit, oxygen is 16 unit, and nitrogen is 14 unit. That is the atomic mass. Now we add them here. So 1 into 1, nitrogen is here 14 and oxygen is 16. So 1 into 1, 1 into 14, 14 and 16 3s are 48. If we add this thing, then we get 63 unit. Instead of that, we can also write the 63 gram per mole. Okay, now whatever molecular mass or molecular weight are there, it has direct relationship with the mole. Okay, 1 mole of any compound or atom equals to 6.02 into 10 raised to 23. Okay, if the 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms equals to 1 mole equals to atomic weight. This thing you have to remember. Same way you have to remember that 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules equals to 1 mole equals to molecular weight. Later on also we will understand here. Formula unit mass. Formula unit mass is used for generally those type of compound which are ionic, like NaCl, in that Na plus and Cl minus is present. Okay, so it is used to find out the molecular mass or formula mass for this type of compound. The formula unit mass of the substance is the sum of the atomic mass of all the atoms in the formula unit of a compound. So here also we will add all the atoms one by one in the particular compound or in the particular formula. Okay, but here we will understand the formula mass regarding the ionic compounds. Ionic compound means those compound in which the attraction between positive ion and negative ions are there, like Na plus, Cl minus, H plus, OH minus, that is water. Okay, the difference is only that word formula unit for those substance whose constituent particle are ions. Ions are two type. One is called cation, positive ion, and the other is what? Anion, that is called the negative ion. Okay, so we will take example here. For example, formula unit mass of Na plus and Cl minus. When we take sodium chloride, then it is available in the Na plus and Cl minus form. So how many Na is present? 1 Na. And how many Cl is present? 1 Cl. Na weight is given 23 unit and Cl weight is given 35.5 unit. So whenever we add, we can get 58.5 unit. Instead of 58.5 unit, we can also write 58.5 gram per mole. Okay. Now dear student, we are going to learn about the mole concept. Okay, so whenever we want to read any reaction, at that time we cannot use the word particular amount of the reactants are added in the another reactant and we get the some quantity of the product. Okay, so for that we cannot use 1 kilogram of hydrogen react with the 2 kilogram of oxygen, we get the 2 liter of water. We cannot use like that because all chemical reaction will take place on very small scale. And for that we can use the word mole. So simple, how we can read the reaction? 2 mole of hydrogen react with the 1 mole of oxygen, it produces 2 mole of water. Okay, the ideal way also you can write that 2 molecule of hydrogen react with the 1 molecule of oxygen, produce 2 molecule of water. But molecules became a very small. Okay, molecules are become a very small unit. Instead of that we can use the moles. Okay, or we can read the reaction like that: 4 unit of hydrogen react with 32 unit of oxygen, produce 36 unit of water. Okay, instead of unit we can also use the word gram per mole. Okay, chemical reaction equation directly indicates the number of atoms or molecules taking part in the reaction. So it is very important in that particular reactions are going on, in that how many atoms and molecules are present exactly. So that is the role of what chemical reaction. Suppose photosynthesis reaction, in that we want to know that how much carbon dioxide, how much water or how amount of oxygen is produced, then we should know the particular reaction. Like 6 mole of carbon dioxide react with the 6 mole of water, then we get C6H12O6 plus 6 mole of oxygen. Okay, so any chemical reaction, by the quantity we come to know that how many reactants are take part in the reaction and how much amount of product is obtained. It is more convenient to refer to the quantity of the substance in terms of the number of molecules or atoms rather than their masses. So it is very easy if we represent this thing by the moles. Moles means what? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules or atoms. Okay, that is called mole. So it is very easy that if we are representing the chemical reaction by the moles, but if we are using the chemical reaction by the mass, it is become quite complicated. Like here we can say that 4 unit of hydrogen react with 32 unit of oxygen, then we get the 36 unit of water. Okay, So new unit mole was introduced. 1 mole of any species atom, molecules or ion or particles is that quantity in number having mass equal to its atomic or molecular mass in grams. So new unit is introduced, that is called mole. So if we consider the 1 mole of any atom, then it is the atomic weight, and if it is atomic weight, then how many atoms, molecules or how many ions are present? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. If atoms are present, then atomic weight. If molecules are present, then it is called the molecular weight, and that weight is represented by gram, and it is the weight of 1 mole, so it is called gram per mole. The number of particles, that is atom, molecules or ions present in 1 mole of any substance is fixed with a value of 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So for any reaction in that 1 mole is present means how many particles are present? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Okay, this many particles are present, this many molecules are present, or this many atoms are present. Molecules are present, then it is called the molecular weight. Atoms are present, then that is called atomic weight. 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 is called the Avogadro constant or Avogadro number, represented by the capital N0, name in honor of the Italian scientist Amedeo Avogadro. Okay, so this value is given by the Amedeo Avogadro. Okay, and he was from Italy. Okay, or he was from the Italy, and the value is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Okay, 1 mole equals to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. If atoms are present, then it is called atomic weight. Understand here? And if 1 mole of contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules are there, then it is called the molecular weight. Dear student, in physics the mass and weight is different, but here we can use as somewhat synonyms. So instead of atomic weight, you can also use the word atomic mass, or instead of molecular weight, you can also use the molecular mass. This has advantage, 1 mole of any substance is fixed. So concept of mole is very advantageous. For any compound, for any atom, 1 mole means it is fixed, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Okay. For example, 1 mole of hydrogen atom means hydrogen atom contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms of hydrogen. If we weigh it, then we get 1 gram equals to 1 unit. So ultimately, whenever we take 1 mole of any atom, then we get the atomic weight. So we get the weight of the hydrogen is 1 gram, and we can represent is 1 unit. Okay, and in the hydrogen atom, 1 mole of hydrogen atom, in that 6.02 to 10 raised to 23 atoms are present. 1 mole of oxygen atom contains 6.02 to 10 raised to 23 atoms equals to 16 gram equals to 16 unit. Okay, so when we take the 1 mole of oxygen atom, in that 6.02 to 10 raised to 23 atoms are present, and if we weigh it, then weight of the oxygen come how much? 16 gram. It indicates that the atomic weight of the oxygen atom is 16 gram, or it is represented by the 16 unit. Okay, same way, now we learn about the atomic weight or atomic mass. We are going to learn about the molecular mass and molecular weight. Okay, molecular mass of water, we know that 2 hydrogen plus 1 oxygen. Hydrogen weight is 1 unit, oxygen weight is 16 unit. We replace it, we get 18 unit or 18 gram per mole. Means what? If we take the 18 unit or 18 gram mole of water, in that how many molecules of water is present? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of water is present. Okay, same way we can find the molecular mass of NaCl. In that 1 Na is present, 1 Cl is present. Na weight is 23 unit and Cl weight is 35.5 unit. If we replace it, then 1 Na has weight 23 plus 1 Cl has weight 35.5. So we add them, 23 plus 35.5, we get 58.5 unit. Okay, or it is called gram per mole. So it indicates that whenever we take 58.5 gram of NaCl, it contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of NaCl. So it is called the 1 mole. So it is also called 58.5 is also called the molecular weight, or it is called the molecular mass. So 58.5 unit or 58.5 gram per mole of NaCl equals to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of NaCl, and it is the molecular weight of NaCl. 1 mole equals to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 number equals to relative mass in the gram. So it gives the relative mass in the gram for the fixed quantity for the all the atoms and molecules as well as ions and particles. A mole is a chemist counting unit. So for the chemist they use the mole, but what we are using in our day-to-day life, we are using liter, gram, dozen, this type of unit are used, but chemists use what? For the chemical reaction they use the mole as a unit. The word mole was introduced around in 1896 by the Wilhelm Oswald, who derived the term from the Latin word moles, meaning a heap or pile. So the mole word was given by Wilhelm Oswald in 1896. Its meaning is what? Heap or pile. Okay. The unit mole was accepted in 1967. So it is accepted in the 1967. So dear student, today we learn about the molecular mass. Molecular mass means addition of all the atoms present in the molecule. Okay, addition of all atomic mass, addition of all the atomic mass of atom in the molecule, that is called the molecular mass. Its unit is unit or other unit is gram per mole. Dear student, we learn about the mole concept. Whenever in any chemical reaction how much amount of reactants are added and how much amount of product is obtained, that is represented by the mole. It was given by the Amedeo Avogadro, okay, Italian scientist. Okay, 1 mole of atom equals to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. It is called the atomic weight. 1 mole of any molecule equals to 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules, and it is called the molecular weight. Okay, so this is all about the today's portion. Thank you so much.